We are working on changing the way water desalination operates by changing the materials that we use today in water desalination. When you try to take salt out of water, you are forcing the water part of the salt water across a filter, and the fresh water comes out on one side and the salt stays on that first side. That filter is known as a membrane. For about 50 years, water desalination has used polymer membranes, but we see potential in changing properties of that membrane to be able to make desalination cheaper, better, faster for everybody to be able to get water. We're looking at taking that same form factor, but replacing the plastic material with something called graphene. So graphite's been around for decades in our pencil lead. Graphene was first isolated in 2003, and a chunk of graphite was placed on a piece of Scotch tape and was peeled apart many times until there was an atomically thin layer on one of the sheets.
If you push water through a membrane that's that thin, then basically you're using the least amount of energy possible to separate the fresh water from the seawater. Because we live in this era of materials design, we can rethink the membrane from scratch. So the question is not how could we make the current membrane a little bit better, but what if we just start over? We tend to name the era we live in by the material that is most important in that era. There was the Stone Age, there was the Bronze Age, Iron Age, and now I think we're in this really exciting place where you can no longer name your age, because we're in a place where we can design any material we want.